go to my dashboard now, we should have new stuff. Yeah, so apparently I started this one. I think I was actually looking for information about hashing. So this looks fun and like something I might already know, but maybe it's learning at the start. If we look at the path, because this is the complete beginner path, and we just finished the web hacking fundamentals here with the Pickle Rick one, and now we have the cryptography, and then Windows. Yeah, blue. I thought no, the one I did was red, right? This is not blue, it's in the color, it's a color. So, yeah, and I've started these too. And then we have, so let's see how far we can get today with this. And I might do this off stream too, because I want to do mostly boxes, you know? And I think this is learning rooms. And I will tear my throat out from reading all of it. 30 minutes, but not if you read it aloud. Yeah, I know. I have eating to do. And we can do TTS on this.
Before we start, we need to get some jargon out of the way. Read these, and take in as much as you can. We'll expand on some of them later in the room. Plain text, data before encryption or hashing, often text but not always, as it could be a photograph or other file instead. Encoding, this is not a form of encryption, just a form of data representation like base 64 or hexadecimal. Immediately reversible. Hash, a hash is the output of a hash function. Hashing can also be used as a verb, to hash, meaning to produce the hash value of some data. Brute force, attacking cryptography by trying every different password or every different key. Cryptanalysis, attacking cryptography by finding a weakness in the underlying maths. This room will likely involve some research. Get good at using search engines, it's crucial to InfoSec.
So, the upload vulns room was so out of this place. It shouldn't have been like this early in the path. It should have been like the last one. The challenge there was, well, you would have to like know all this already, right? No, maybe not. So there was a question if base64 is encoding or hashing, right? So let's just repeat this.
What's a hash function? Hash functions are quite different from encryption. There is no key, and it's meant to be impossible, or very very difficult, to go from the output back to the input. A hash function takes some input data of any size, and creates a summary or digest of that data. The output is a fixed size. It's hard to predict what the output will be for any input and vice versa. Good hashing algorithms will be, relatively, fast to compute, and slow to reverse, go from output and determine input. Any small change in the input data, even a single bit, should cause a large change in the output. The output of a hash function is normally raw bytes, which are then encoded. Common encodings for this are base 64 or hexadecimal. Decoding these won't give you anything useful. Why should I care? Hashing is used very often in cybersecurity. When you logged into TryHackMe, that used hashing to verify your password. When you logged into your computer, that also used hashing to verify your password. You interact indirectly with hashing more than you would think, mostly in the context of passwords. What's a hash collision? A hash collision is when two different inputs give the same output. Hash functions are designed to avoid this as best as they can, especially being able to engineer, create intentionally, a collision. Due to the pigeonhole effect, collisions are not avoidable. The pigeonhole effect is basically, there are a set number of different output values for the hash function, but you can give it any size input. As there are more inputs than outputs, some of the inputs must give the same output. If you have 128 pigeons and 96 pigeonholes, some of the pigeons are going to have to share. MD5 and SHA-1 have been attacked, and made technically insecure due to engineering hash collisions. However, no attack has yet given a collision in both algorithms at the same time, so if you use the MD5 hash and the SHA-1 hash to compare, you will see they're different. The MD5 collision example is available from HTTP URL. And details of the SHA-1 collision are available from HTTP URL. Due to these, you shouldn't trust either algorithm for hashing passwords or data.
Okay. And this is so cute. Instead of, yes, no, they do yay, nay. And not yay, but yeah. They have the same length. So let's quickly check these two. There. Ah. Oh, right, we Googled that before. Let's remove a few Googles. Let's leave this one. No. So there's one more that I've already read and like stuff, whatever. So let's just start with
What
this
can we do
bit.
with hashing? Hashing is used for two main purposes in cybersecurity.
We're
To
ready,
verify
so
integrity of data, more on that later, or for verifying
Try now.
passwords. Hashing for password verification. Most web apps need to verify a user's password at some point. Storing these passwords in plain text would be bad. You've probably seen news stories about companies that have had their database leaked. Knowing some people, they use the same password for everything including their banking, so leaking these would be really bad. Quite a few data breaches have leaked plain text passwords. You're probably familiar with Rockio.txt on Kali as a password word list. This came from a company that made widgets for MySpace. They stored their passwords in plain text and the company had a data breach. The text file contains over 14 million passwords, although some are unlikely to have been user passwords. Sort by length if you want to see what I mean. Adobe had a notable data breach that was slightly different. The passwords were encrypted, rather than hashed, and the encryption that was used was not secure. This meant that the plain text could be relatively quickly retrieved. If you want to read more about this breach, this post from Sophos is excellent, http URL. LinkedIn also had a data breach. LinkedIn used SHA-1 for password verification, which is quite quick to compute using GPUs. You can't encrypt the passwords, as the key has to be stored somewhere. If someone gets the key, they can just decrypt the passwords. This is where hashing comes in. What if, instead of storing the password, you just stored the hash of the password? This means you never have to store the user's password, and if your database was leaked, then an attacker would have to crack each password to find out what the password was. That sounds fairly useful. There's just one problem with this. What if two users have the same password? As a hash function will always turn the same input into the same output, you will store the same password hash for each user. That means if someone cracks that hash, they get into more than one account. It also means that someone can create a rainbow table to break the hashes. A rainbow table is a lookup table of hashes to plain texts, so you can quickly find out what password a user had just from the hash. A rainbow table trades time taken to crack a hash for hard disk space, but they do take time to create. Here's a quick example so you can try and understand what they're like.
So So let's see. Was it not there anymore? So that link. I don't care enough to Google. Yeah, so this password of this password of this, and so on. Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say CrackStation. Yeah.
Websites like CrackStation internally use huge rainbow tables to provide fast password cracking for hashes without salts. Doing a lookup in a sorted list of hashes is really quite fast, much faster than trying to crack the hash. Protecting against rainbow tables. To protect against rainbow tables, we add a salt to the passwords. The salt is randomly generated and stored in the database, unique to each user. In theory, you could use the same salt for all users, but that means that duplicate passwords would still have the same hash, and a rainbow table could still be created specific passwords with that salt. The salt is added to either the start or the end of the password before it's hashed, and this means that every user will have a different password hash even if they have the same password. Hash functions like BCRYPT and SHA-512 crypt handle this automatically. Salts don't need to be kept private.
So correct let hash. So it's in here somewhere. And we type basketball, so I guess it was this one. Online tools. Should you encrypt passwords? Nay. So now we're kind of up to where I was then, I guess. So, because this is kind of a good thing to know when you start, so why have it after the one upload that I didn't do for like 6 months and it crashed several times, and that's very much harder than all of these things.
Automated hash recognition tools such as HTTP URL exist, but they are unreliable for many formats. For hashes that have a prefix, the tools are reliable. Use a healthy combination of context and tools. If you found a hash in a web application database, it's more likely to be MD5 than NTLM. Automated hash recognition tools often get these hash types mixed up, which highlights the importance of learning yourself. Unix-style password hashes are very easy to recognize, as they have a prefix. The prefix tells you the hashing algorithm used to generate the hash. The standard format is $format $rounds $salt $hash. Windows passwords are hashed using NTLM, which is a variant of MD4. They're visually identical to MD4 and MD5 hashes, so it's very important to use context to work out the hash type. On Linux, password hashes are stored in /etc/shadow. This file is normally only readable by root. They used to be stored in /etc/password, and were readable by everyone. On Windows, password hashes are stored in the SAM. Windows tries to prevent normal users from dumping them, but tools like Mimikatz exist for this. Importantly, the hashes found there are split into NT hashes and LM hashes. Here's a quick table of the most Unix-style password prefixes that you'll see.
Let's do that. So, I kinda, so now as I was listening, I lost what I was going, yeah. When was, oh, just when, etc shadow. Oh. I spelled wrong. No, that's not clear text, is it? But maybe they still say that. 87. Yeah. Because I was thinking, I don't think I've ever seen. Or maybe I have. No. Sometimes Well, let's look at this one. Here. It's just me being annoying. So it's called password should when to not even have them in. Now let's say no. Hashed password or store in the same file. 88 and 90. So this is the bit which was shown in Google. Oh, whatever. Kinda long ago. That was what it was going for. It's not like it's like 93 or something, which is very recently. So I'm thinking I just opened Twitch to check who's online. Because not now, but soon I will have to go and make some hamburgers for my kid. One of them is at least. So recognizing password hashes. We did this with TTS already, right? So I don't know this in Windows, so I need to learn better in Windows. On Windows, password hashes are stored in the SAM. Well, I know that, I guess. Windows tries to prevent normal users from dumping them, but tools like Mimikatz exist for this. Importantly, the hashes found there are split into NT hashes and LM hashes. So Unix style prefixes. Okay. So this is kind of notes stuff, right? So before it's mostly been like general theory. And now we have actual information for recognizing hashes and doing it manually. Though these will be recognized, I guess. So we also had this link. So, okay. Yeah, I was thinking Python then. So is there a link? It's probably here, like, yeah, because I would prefer to go here. Why did they send us to this one? That's odd. So there was a previous tool called this, and it's Python 3, and this is much code, or can we just read it? Okay, so just I just had some the problem with starting Burp before you use it is that it starts popping up stuff already. You know, the browser is doing its safe browsing, Google APIs, uBlock Origin, Dark Reader, Firefox services. Let's just look at this. Now this is interesting. We fill these in. I'm curious about the use of this name tuple. And what are these used for? Yeah. I'm sorry if this is boring. It's interesting to see just quickly. So this is mostly just a long list. Minecraft. Cisco VPN client.
Ang31D says.
Rule number 1, you don't care about others during your own learning journey.
Yeah, but I'm streaming, right? I usually excuse myself for everything. Office 2003.
Don't.
Just to have an overview, then we go off. Thank you for the tips. You know, it's nice. But I'm starting to feel a bit tired again. I know I slept a little, and though, well, I have more than half of the Red Bull left. But I don't want to go to the... I don't want more bathroom breaks. Yeah, so we have arguments. We'll have to try this out. I will have to... Oh my god, the scrolling. Let's go back instead. This is what I really wanted. So this one is interesting. And let's add it to the notes. And now we are not at this one because this is done. So let's rename it. There wasn't... I really was thinking I should only put like boxes here, but it kind of ended up being one, a simple one, I guess. This was also not a box as such, but it's done too. So, thinking we have a hash, and I think I have this, right? So I'm going to add a note for this, this is hash ID. So I know it exists and where I can find it. That's kinda all we need from this now. We can try and run it later. Should we like copy this link? I guess it's kinda stupid, you know, cause it's just.get. We don't want to close that one. This was just a pip install. If I can have something else, I won't use that. Oh, I clicked. So, Windows passwords are hashed using NTLM, which is a variant of MD4. They visually identical as MD4 and MD5. And I feel really lost with Windows things. I've seen like Alhasser do a million interesting things and learned a lot, but still we don't even have NTLM here. So let's just steal the sentence and oh well. A variant of MD4. Visually identical. So the rest is just useless. Windows password has just stored. So yeah, so this is kind of contradictory that password are hashing used NTLM and then they're split into NT and LM hashes. So here it's mentioned as one thing and here it's split. So I need more knowledge here. We might have to Google it. We'll see what we find. Will I have use of this? I don't think so. And there is Google. Hashcat I have used a bit. Yeah. I think I looked at this. So this is a great list to see. Web tools. Okay, so what have I got here? Oh, this is in the wrong place. Oh no, not really, because I have, I know. So these are web tools for, I put hashes and encoding in the same one, because I was looking at what command line tools there are, and I only found base64 and MD5 some. So if you know more that are easy just to do these things with, so this is kind of empty. This is like what hash?
Will Pierce says, would there be a golden pot at the end of the rainbow if we stored each hash there is and then just looked up the one we needed? Hmm.
Yeah, I guess so. But you'd have to have a kind of big storage space. Kind of big. And kind of big processing power to make them, right? Or you said look up. We would need a lot of time. And I'm kind of sure that you can download the correct station database, but it's crazy. It's crazy. And so this one we have added this to our notes. Look, we haven't finished there. So, alright, we needed that page. Reopen closed. So, how many rounds does use by default? Oh my. Yeah. So, I guess this is good but kind of boring. So let's look at the hint for the... Yeah, do some research. Because I was being lazy. So I googled it and found it. We can Google this again because I'm wondering. I need the refresher. It was long ago. The rounds.
Fixerbot says. New follower DDoS. Less than
Welcome
3.
in DDoS. So, this is really the question, right? 5,000 around by default. So we found this information, but it kind of felt like it was cheating because the question looked kind of similar to the question here. But this is, of course, the identifier. So no. Yeah. I guess I'll have to run NP soon again. We'll see. But I started at 7:30 and I had only slept like 5 hours. So I should sleep more and cheat less. No, energy drink is not good. What's the Hashcat example hash from the website for Citrix Netscale? Okay. So, well, I was kind of hoping for having to look at the names at least, but I guess. How
Ang31D
long
says.
is a NTLM
Just learn the
hash?
concept and no need to remember every hash type. You just refer to Hashcat examples, web link.
Yeah, right. But still, I'm trying to wake my brain up from. I'm not going to memorize these, you know. But if we get, it's good to remember. If you will probably start recognizing some of them after a while, right? I'm trying not to burp loudly here, but my body's not used to.
That's why I said the
carbonated
concept like the
drinks.
basic ones.
Yeah, right. So, wasn't this the same question? Characters of an LM hash. I guess it kinda was, right? Wasn't it? I'm going to just try. No, it's wrong. So let's Google. Yeah, that's too short too. It was just that he said it looked the same, you know. So let's reuse so we don't get a million Googlings again. My tabs tend to go to hundreds. So, I'll Google, I won't guess. So NTLM hash length. So 16. So I tried 16. Did I type it wrong? Okay, let's go back. How long is a Windows in characters? And the hint is find examples. Yeah. Okay, did I close that file? It's still here. So let's look for NTLM here too. Yeah, and Windows. Windows.
Will
Oh,
Pierce
gosh.
says.
As I encounter things disappearing from the internet, like CRC32 from XZ Tools for example, I am now hoarding most of the stuff I stumble upon.
Yeah,
Not like this.
I have done that on some things too. So when I first found Siren that started streaming now, her website, I just saved all of the information because it was very useful. I'm going to go through it now though, and also check on a new page. But she could just decide, so like, oh no, that was too expensive, you know. But when it's like some bigger page, like Try Hack Me, then maybe you think it will stay up. But when it's a personal page, it's especially, maybe they'll just not care about it tomorrow. If you never know.
Fixerbot says. New follower X Hack the Planet X. Less than 3.
Welcome in, Hack the Planet. Everybody has so cool names. We just had DDoS, right? Now we have Hack the Planet too. Cool names. And I just have Fix It. Let's see. Was I actually at the top? So let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Nah, this is too hard for the mouse. We'll just copy it and go to the NTLM and make an example here. Oh my god. It's tabs and thingies. Let's make sure I got the first number.
Hack Planet says.
There was a B
The artist
there,
formerly
too.
known as Teg Zero Ra.
So you're Tigora, but you changed the name? For B. So I got all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
Yes.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. That was like, if I would have guessed again, you know, of course I would have guessed 32, but I wanted to know, and I'm not sure if this is what the ones I mean. So let's look at the other ones too. So welcome in, formerly Tigora, Hack the Planet. It's not allowed to change your name, cause no. Good that you told me though. But I will probably forget it, you know. Maybe. We'll see. So it's a Windows NTLM. So before we just test typing something.
Fix It 42 like.
Yes. There was nothing else in that file. And did I Google? Didn't I Google? Yeah, we got this page. And this kind of said 16, right? Well, anyway, something said 16. So let's say Windows. And we still got 16 here. 16. 56. So it all depends. It wants us to check from its link the example length, that is 32. But I guess that was not an easy answer to come by if you didn't look in its link. So knowledgeable people, I felt that 16 was too short because I've seen them, you know. But you never really think about this sometimes. So what if we add 32 here? Wikis and TLM. And this has been almost 7 hours now already. So this, now we're having something here. So 16 byte. So let's do 32. Space 32. 32 space. Okay, so in the NTLM wiki about NTLM, we have 1656. So what about, Windows? We're curious about Windows NTLM. No, I'm not going to read all of it, but just scanning through the text. So, who wants to give me more information without Googling? Let's just say it's that way. So Windows NTLM hash is, what's that does? So Windows NTLM hash is 32. Maybe in characters. So in characters, right? So password cracking. It's kind of fun to read about these things. Didn't I do this too? I'm not sure if I've done this twice, like reset it, because I didn't. I thought it was so long ago, and then I didn't finish it again. That would be embarrassing. We've already mentioned rainbow tables as a method to crack hashes that don't have a salt. But what if there's a salt involved? You can't decrypt password hashes. They're not encrypted. You have to crack the hashes by hashing a large number of different inputs of a rock queue. These are the possible passwords, potentially adding a salt if there is one, and comparing to the target hash. Once it matches, you know that the password was. Tools like Hashkit and John the Ripper are normally used for this. Why crack on GPUs? Graphic cards have 1,000 of cores. Although they can't do the same sort of work as a CPU can, they're very good at some of the math involved in hash functions. This means you can use the graphic cards to crack most hash types much more quickly. Some hashing algorithms, notably bcrypt, are designed so that hashing on GPU is about the same speed as hashing on CPU, which helps them resist cracking. Okay, so we've thought a bit more. Cracking on VMs. It's worth mentioning that virtual machines normally don't have access to the host's graphic cards. You can set this up, but it's a lot of work. If you want to run Hashcat, it's best to run it on your host. Windows builds are available on the website. Run it from PowerShell. So you can get Hashcat working with OpenSeal in a VM. I'm thinking, will I do this? Maybe we should. But the speed will likely be much worse than cracking on your host. John the Ripper uses CPU by default, and as such works in a VM out of the box, although you may get better speeds running on the host OS, as it will have more threads and no overhead from running in a VM. Never, I repeat, never use force for Hashcat. It'll lead to false positives, wrong passwords being given to you, and false negatives, skips over the correct hash. Well, that's worse. That's worse. Update. As of Kali 2022, Hashcat 6 will run on the CPU without force. I still recommend cracking on your host OS if you don't have a if you have a GPU. It will be much faster. Time to get cracking. I'll provide the hashes. Crack them. You can choose how. You will need to use online. You'll need to use online tools. Hashcat and or John the Ripper. Remember the restrictions on online rainbow tables. Don't be afraid to use the hints. Raccoon online tools should be enough to find all of these. Okay. Raccoon or online tools. So it said, remember the restrictions on online rainbow tables. And I'm thinking like, what? I don't remember that. So, what does it mean? Maybe it's nothing? So what's the restrictions? I think they meant it the other way around. Possibly. So, well, should I add another one up here? I'm thinking I'll change this to be a folder too, probably. I'm also thinking that, let's see here, I do need to go to the bathroom. There, my tummy told you to. So, here we have the information at the start. So let's start by just looking up here. Was it this one? No, the top one? This is kind of annoying for these. Yeah. So this too. So popular for web, and bcrypt was the same speed also on GPUs and CPUs. So, and this one has a 6. So let's start with what we can see with our eyes. And 6 is... well, maybe we should save this information anyway. I didn't do it, so I have an empty notepad here for just X. So I don't get the lines thingies into Obsidian. And this is what hash. So just to see what we actually have. Maybe this is good anyway. So this is a tab. No, it can't do it. So spaces. I know we could have had better things. Thingy dingy my dudes. So we can make that better looking some other day. They don't like having tables because they're kind of annoying. I need that bathroom break. Sorry. Är du hungrig, Linus? So I did actually take the opportunity to put a few hamburgers in the frying pan and some hamburger bread in the air fryer. So, or I would have had to stop streaming, and I feel like I would still just continue after having made the food. So maybe just quick break instead. And I didn't see anyone I could raid with, but I don't want to raid when I do more stuff. So my door is open right now, so I can hear beeps, and I put a 5-minute timer so that I don't get like, oh, this is fun, I'm talking to you guys, losing track of time and kind of burning those hamburgers, which we don't want to do. So I can also hear the frying pan downstairs. So let's see. I have burp up on my other screen here, so since we restarted it, because that's not that kind of thing. Yeah, we had one number 2, which we know is bcrypt. So it's actually called bcrypt, I assume. And then we have SHA-512 crypt. So, do they call everything crypt when you say what to use? Because I don't think I've seen that. Oh, we actually had 2 stream duration messages after each other. But are they not supposed to be right? They're every 50 minutes when I'm not IRLing too, because I haven't set it up. Because I was thinking 30 minutes is enough. But when I'm like walking in the woods or something, time really flies. And I want like 15 minutes to know that the TTS is still working in case no one says anything too, which happened I think once. I'm thinking it should be more. But since I added it, probably. Yeah. Once I didn't know because no one was talking. I've had good luck with that, people actually popping into streams. Let's go back to TryHackMe page. We have copied this file, and that's just air fryer saying the breads have been 3 minutes, and they'll just continue getting done from me not doing anything. So they're still in that heat. It's still just 195 degrees in there, hopefully. But off. This is the best mini oven I've ever had. Good thing I bought that for my hubby. I didn't use it more myself. No way. But it's actually intended for him. This is useful. It's not my fault. He uses it a lot too. It's worth mentioning that. Okay, this. Yeah, we read that. So this is 2A. Now we can just tab to see, was this 2A2? Yeah, it was 2A2. 2A2. Then it says 06, another $sign. And this is just... So all of these $, slash... I guess they all have different keys. Characters, accepted characters. Or do these mean something special? So let's just search for this in this thing that we hopefully didn't close again because we have reopened it a million times. Of course we had closed it again. So if you search for this now, this one has no... Yeah, there's one at the end there. And they compared in length to this one. Should we assume it's just one of the characters? No, there. Wrong. I think you can go to the last one you were at. No, not that. Anyway, so that's 5 minutes. So I'll just turn the hamburgers over.
Will Pierce says.
It's muted, isn't it?
Okay, recently, like the last week, I've had to unplug and plug in my USB mic a few times. It might be that I've just got too many USB devices. Also, I'm using a different HDMI to USB converter for my microscope. So that might be the culprit. And it's also... it's on a different USB port. I have two 7-port USB hubs here in front of me. And they're kind of full, but it's just like the ring light up here. I can turn that off when we're not using the camera. Phone hot. There was a lockpicking redeem, so that's why I turned it on. And right, I should turn off the lockpicking because my hands are very tired. So I'm going to do that. So I'm disabling that one just because my hands are tired. 3 locks and I've got get training aches. And that I'm not pushing hard. I promise. Just a tiny woman here. So let's do best way. And we get kind of the same results. Then we also have a command line for Hashcat. We have a wordless suggestion that I might already have. And the hamburgers were hardly... They were not... They were still a bit frozen, so I put on low heat. No hurry. So hashing manual is slow, which we knew kind of from the information we had, because Bcrypt was made not to work on GPU or not to be faster. So what do we know about this one? Not much. And this one, we knew it's I did look at the TryHackMe Advent of Cyber. In the beginning I had time, but then I didn't have time anymore after like some days. So I started to look at this. Thing. I had some file that I used with Hashcat and stuff, and I don't remember what I did. I probably I don't even know if I have notes. Yeah, I probably have notes. But it's time flies. It's April. It's not December anymore. And someone's Googled with Hashcat, and I'm thinking maybe this is kind of hard to we could of course just to look. Yeah, technically I'm not really looking for cracking it. Do you have any suggestions except for just putting them in the crack station? What else could I try, you know? But we can just try first. And I guess that someone that is easy to actually crack might... we'll see. We can try this first. Let's move it closer to TryHackMe. Or maybe I should move TryHackMe closer to it. So...
There was keyword at the bottom, I think, starting with online. Yes, here it is.
Online? Yeah, so it suggests online tool and RockU. So I'm thinking that I want to know all the ways. I don't want to just know one way. And this is also, if this would be like you're actually doing a pen test on the company, you know, you wouldn't do this. These are so annoying. Oh, I can't see any motorcycles on this. So how much would you really say is the traffic light of this? Is it all of it? So unrecognized hash format. Do we have to I'm not a robot every time? Oh god, thank you. Thank you. So let's try this one. So we got unrecognized format on the first one. And I would kind of assume that since they say RockU, it's like the first one, you know. So they're making it easy for us. And this is Halloween, which sounds very familiar. I have a feeling I've done this before. We could copy. Oh my. So I'm suspecting a hint is, oh, you're allowed to use online tools. And this one we're supposed to do ourselves. Uses. So, no, this is not supposed to be hard to see what forward, meaning it doesn't know.
Actually, I mean at the beginning of line that keyword, not in the middle, but it seems as always there is more than just one way of doing things in CS, haha.
I mean at the beginning of line, let so right, we could also, I could have messed up. I have to go check the food. It's my nose is better than the alarm. made one for me too. Perfect. You should trust your nose, not the timers. Just keep a little tiny crack on the door so you can smell. Right. So did we paste the new one? Yeah. Verify. Oh, okay, so we didn't actually click, I think. Yeah, we can see the old one. The old one was not this. So I would accept, yeah. Accept that one to work. And again here. So we have these two. This one. I was thinking, is this something special? Or is just part of it? And that's why it's good to have examples, right? So if we look at, let's close that. Let's open it. And let's just go back to whatever, the first page. And let's save this as something here. And I'm just going to quickly delete this from the bookmark. So we have it here. So my only problem is that why does it have a D when it's called Crackstation? Because of this diffuse security. So it's some company's logo. I guess I should eat this, but the bread is so much tinier than the hamburger. I need 2 hands, I think. I have ketchup, it didn't work. I tried here. So, ketchup on my shirt. I don't know what popped up on my phone. So, let's see if I can manage to eat this without spilling. So I was going to search for this here, and look, this one has 0.5 after.
Bon appetit.
I had so much too much ketchup. It's just all over the place. I almost never eat this. I just usually make for my kids. I don't eat much meat at all, really. Not that I'm a vegetarian. I just don't like it as much anymore. So we have more of these. 0505. So now I'm kind of sure that's not part of the hash, right? Now this one is 12. Let's look at the notes. Oh, wrong. There. This doesn't tell us anything. But these did. So, can I just click something to do that? Or do I need to use my hamburgerified hand?
SysML error says.
Having
Note
fun
to
with
self.
Hashcat.
Buy bigger. Buy bigger. Yeah. Yeah, I am Zach. Or I mean SSML error. Only I think I had like 1,000,000 times more ketchup than I need on this hamburger. So I'm sorry people. I can turn off my camera. I'm almost done though. So, knowledgeable people, we see this bit of this. We got the information that this $2A is bcrypt, but we also see here that this one has 12, the other 3 hits here, they all have 5. This one said SHA-1 pass, bcrypt SHA-1, and this is bcrypt MD5. And then if we go to this one says bcrypt 512, and that has 12 there. So this one, this just says bcrypt something Bluefish unit, and this is, yeah, maybe we should Google it more, or can you give me more information? I need to win over this hamburger.
The second number is the cost factor.
Because ours has 6. So it's not a type, it's a cost. Cool. Because we haven't had any information
Input
about
cost,
that.
212 i.e. 4,096 rounds.
Oh, I didn't get that. I mean, rounds of what?
2 to the power of 12
I get
i.e.
now. I get it now.
4,096 rounds.
Okay, cause it mentioned in some other place there, we were supposed to check how many rounds, and this was the only mention of rounds. So I googled this before. It's probably deleted by now. Yeah. I don't even get it into my mouth before I ketchup all over. Why do people eat hamburgers with their hands like this? It's a mess.
Nom 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 lol.
It's good. It's good. And I have cheese and salad and ketchup. I think that was a too big bite, but the hamburger, it was like this, and the bread was like this. So, you know, you want a bit of the bread when you eat it, and also the salad just went like up and everywhere. So now it's at least it's this thing left. Oh, that was a piece of salad. Hmm. $7:35. You know, it was time for some energy boost, right? And I better finish this one too. Oh my god, I'm so full. Bread, pieces of bread all over the place. Oh my god, he ate 2 and I 1. My 13-year-old. Though he's like this much bigger than me too, at least. And he has like 46, 47 shoe size. And I have like 38, 39. So, like a year ago, who was the same? Maybe a bit shorter than me. It's funny. So, and he's not thin. Yeah. Well, he moves a lot, but he also eats a lot. And he's not like my 16-year-old. He's kind of thin. Oh my. So. Tell me if I have big stuff in my teeth.
Fixerbot says. New follower Elite Bader 1337. Less than 3.
Welcome in. Elite Bader, welcome in. So, let's continue. I think that it's time to right, it was the rounds. I was thinking about the rounds. And we have 2 of these, and I assume the other ones yeah. It mentions Hashcat in the Yellow River and online and Rock You. So these are our things to use. So these were available to do online. So let's log in again to the VM because it's kind of fell asleep. And let's close burp. And so okay, this was kind of similar. Is it the same one? No, it's not. So right, we can do like will this not work? It's the same. I can't type anymore. Did I click somewhere else? It's failing. So let's get out of that and let's do my classical one. Why didn't... Because I spelled wrong. Why did I spell it right now? I spelled wrong before. Okay. Anyway, we can see it all now. This could be better. Yeah, so I have used a... So let's do help. Of course. But also let's look at my notes. And do I have... I think I do somewhere, but let's make a new one. Now that we can search, let's do it. Here. Okay, so when I looked for this, I didn't find it, so I made a new one. So this is supposed to, the cracking bit of this, I think I'll move. So let's go here, and because I made a new one, you know, this was kind of recent, but I already had stuff here. I like this stuff too. Yeah, this is, I remember this. Hash type, yeah. Isn't this in my history too? Yeah, it is there in my history. It's just not colored as nicely. Right, this was the... this was a web page, right, for this cap too. And you could put it here and download it. There. So, do I have the help saved? Why not? So, I usually do like commands, and then we do those 3. So 1, 2, 3 help, and then I paste the help here so it's easier to see. So I'm just going to do hashcat help. And this is kind of much. Lots of help. And this is kind of, I don't see the reason to use man. Google and help. It's good enough. Okay. This is the nice list. I like this list better than the one on the web page. So I'm going to paste this here. And now we'll get a bit of a nicer look on this, hopefully. Though it's all... Yeah, so somewhere here we have a character we need to replace. This is nice to have in the notes. Let's read it. Yeah, I think it's nice list, and Obsidian makes it better. So let's no. I can't escape characters in here too. So the formatting just dies here. We'll fix it another way. Let's just split it up. So that's... We can see the rest too. There's a wiki, Vec, web links. So basic examples. But let's start at the top. Do you think my camera is too big? Should I make it tinier? Maybe I should. I'm almost 8 hours. How did that happen? No lunch or breaks? I have a lunch. I just went over the lunch break.
Will Pierce says.
Okay, thanks.
It's okay, I think.
Because I don't want it to be... I can move it too, like this. So if it's in the way, we can just move it out of the way. But just tell me. Maybe I should make commands for those, so you can just like... You are upper right. Exclamation you are. What do you think about that? We'll see. It's like LL, lower left. Because it's kind of frustrating when something is just what you want to watch, you know. Someone has a camera on top. Also the font size, is it okay? The font size in here? And font size, and I guess font size. So just tell me. I can fix stuff. So we have lots of options. M is hash type or hash type. Maybe easier to use the long version since M. Why is M hash type? So fourth that they said you shouldn't use was ignore warnings. I don't think this is very complicated. The thing that I looked at before was this. the modes. And let's get the history here again. Hash type 22,000. But I have used A. What is A? A is attack mode. So A and attack mode is the same thing. And I've just assumed that it would know. And there we have M. M was the same as hash type. So here we have M0 and M0. I'm scrolling down, is MD5. So I know numbers might, I don't know, be good for something, but why not just type MD5 instead? Wouldn't that be easier? I guess it would be formatting there too. So we have this list at least, and now it's easier to read because of the cute Obsidian formatting. And purple, it's purple. So let's actually look for the ones we're interested in. Even if it will auto-detect, let's take the opportunity to learn. So now we can easily search in this. So here we did look and see what this was, and it's not open, so let's, it's a what hash one here. So this is bcrypt. So if we search in this one, let's just move them around so the newest one is to the right. So if we do bcrypt here, all right. So we have more. So in case, these are the same 4 that we had in the browser, right? We have 4 hits here, and it's these 4. So this is just easier to read. I think. So this was the first one. And this one is the one that had 12 in the example. So these are 25, 25, 28, and this one is 200. So let's give it, you know, it's there, it will probably find it anyway. So if we go to the page again, and this is the thing, the thingy. So if we copy this and go hashcat, oh my god, I'm trying to type in the browser still. Yeah, I didn't look at the attack modes. And what does show mean? Let's look at the help more. So I think there's information about it further down. See references below. Yeah. So using page down now instead, because this is long. So here we have features, format mode. So straight, combination, brute force, hybrid wordless mask. Is there a default or is this required? I would assume 0 would be the default. So, well, let's look at the examples. They all have A and M. And I know that you don't always have to have both, at least. And is there the usage options? And they're optional. The hash dictionary is optional. So if we just start with the most basic one, which is just hashcat file or hash, and we have the hash. So let's just do that. So meaning I just paste this. We have no special characters around this. So let's just do this to make sure that it actually read it. And we get the same output. Well, we get, it detects these there. Okay, so should we do this instead? Look, different. We got the list of the 4 ones we already knew. So we need to use single quotes. That's nice to know. I'm a bit tired now, actually. So let's set them, I guess. What do you think, people? Should we do, like, apparently is the normal one to do this, and then it was M. I'm quite very sure of M, but let's just look. So M here, everybody has M, then the hash, and also the file. So right, we didn't add a file, so maybe we should add a file first. So if we don't do anything, is it telling us to something? There are 4 modes, we know this, but what if we just, it's not doing anything, you know? What if we give it a file? So I guess I have to try. Is it OPT? No, it's not. It is. I'm trying to teach myself the path to the word lists. It's USR, right? Share. Word lists. And there's RockU. Oops, I didn't mean to press tab again. Oh, backspace just fixed it. Good. So, I would assume this doesn't work because it still doesn't know which of the 4, but why couldn't it just test all? Because that's not how it works? Or because I need... No, it's just... We don't need an option. We could also add rules. Let's do the options right now. Let's remove this first. And then do A0 dash A 0 dash M 32 0. Will this do anything? Because we don't have the word list, so I'm curious. What's the difference? Does it have a default? It's just initializing something. Will it just say, oh, sorry, you didn't put a word list. Initializing backend runtime for device 1. Yes, I'm being patient, but I want to know if I did type the right thing. Or let's just abort this, because it's doing something, but we want it to use Raku, you know. So the easiest way is to use this one and change. So A0 M3200. So now we should have what we actually want to do. Though we have no idea if 3200. There are, I guess 3 other alternatives, or maybe 2, 3. So there. As it suggested, we shouldn't do this on the virtual machine. We could also, if we go to my left screen, and I think I might have actually done this. So we're getting output. So we don't miss anything. Host memory required for this attack 0. Is that good? So session status cracked, and we kind of knew this already, you know, since these are example things. That it would be easy. And here's a previous example that I have done apparently. Okay. And this was just an example. Okay, let it have it. Why do I have this here? Okay. Let's add this here. I'll just copy the command that we run. And let's paste it here. Always good to have the examples, especially if they would disappear from your history. I realized stuff was not in my history that I wanted and expected to be there, and realized that there was a limit to the history. I don't want there to be too, so you know, you want your old commands to be available, even if it wasn't what you did last. And then you just, by mistake, paste something into the command line, and it goes 100 lines, and all your history is gone. That's not what I want. So, let's... I'm getting kind of used to making notes of all of these. So let's instead make an example in here. So, example. and I'm going to copy all of it. Since I'm on my right screen, I'll just show you. Let's scroll up, and we copied already the help from there. We had all the old commands, and it's not like it's something special here. I think I have this in my notes. And this is also RockU. Oh, oh. Then we added different characters around. Which one is the latest? This. So let's copy this full thing, because apparently I don't remember this very well, though I've used it a few times and probably more in the history. So always good to have examples. And here we have the hash mode, hash target, for the file, speed, recovered. And we just had one, so we could have had several, I guess. So what's not clear to me, it says candidates here. But it doesn't say like this was it, which is not clear. Am I blind? Or am I too tired now? No, that's Kali. And we can close this one again for now at least. And we can see that we only have the 2 words there. Well, let's try these then. And it's not them, which was kind of logical. But am I blind, people? It says it's cracked. Where's the answer? Is this it? That the end? No, that's the end of it. Maybe I'm just blind, but I realized I also had this
Zon 0 says.
85,208,520.
I'm blind, in other words. Hello there.
Written above session.
Oh, here. Alright, yeah, I looked at this because of the colon, but I didn't try it. Why don't they have this? I was kind of like, this is the information, right? So I kind of thought that this, if this was important, it would be in here too. But I guess it's because it's numbers that I don't. Thank you very much. This is experience, or my lack of experience with this, and I've used it several times, but it wasn't yesterday apparently. But it definitely wasn't December. Oh well. Which screen are we're on the wrong screen? So this here after the colon. And we go here again. Oh, I was just thinking the candidates was just like a part there, you know. So thank you. What, didn't it click? Yeah, it clicked. And it was right. So now we have this one. Xanware. Is it right? You might, if you want to have your correct name, you can just tell me. I'm getting a bit tired actually, so I guess it's not strange. It's been 8 hours and 11 minutes without a break. So I probably should be a bit tired. So let's do the same thing again. The first thing we did was just this. And see if it can find what we already did find. Which is... Oh, right. I'm trying to tab in there when I'm actually meaning to tab here. This. That is supposed to be this. Schaffer and Tell Crypt. And let's add this as another example here. And also, just because I might not. So the result is this, because I may just be as blind another day, you know. Maybe I should have these two scenes as keys on my keyboard. Like, if I press F11 and 12, they pop to the scene, so I don't have to lift my hand to the phone. Is that too lazy? And also, I'm leaning back so much now. I'm disappearing out of frame. So, we can see how much longer this one is. So this one, it actually didn't need our help. It's doing something at once, which we might not want since we want to rock you there too. But we didn't have to tell it. Hash mode was not specified with M. Attempting to auto search. It found it. We don't have to tell it. So maybe we should just give it the file before it spends all day. So I'm going to remove the rest too here, but we can do this first. So let it auto find again. Maybe we should tell it the mode too. Alright, I pasted afterwards. So I'm going back to the Try Hack Me page. I'm just copying it again. Control C and Control Shift V. And we could, one thing that I'm not sure of is the default options. Should we assume that the first is the default option? Well, this wordless couldn't have a default option, but I'm thinking the mode here. Because not that it tells me much though. Attack mode. See references below. And this is an example, but there's no default information. But it's nice that you have examples. Tell me if I'm too boring because I'm falling asleep. You stop streaming. Dude, go to sleep. Though I guess I will go to my kids. So features. Format. Format. Okay, so that's okay. Brain client features. Output. Rule debugging. Attack mode. Why didn't I start the command before I looked at the help? Isn't that stupid when you know that this will probably take some time? Let's see what it does with automatic. I think, yeah, I'm in. Oh, well. There it is. I like that it saves what you edited. Otherwise I would have to do it again. So it auto-detected the right thing, which was kinda obvious because it was in there. There was only one alternative for this one. So the last one would have done if it had been not 4 different options. We just tested the first one. It could have done that. But I'm thinking maybe it's because of the time they take, so it's easier to have more input before. So we have 1 hash. And it's not done yet. Last time I was like, I just switched to the other screen and it was done. So it's just starting. Actually, I think I'm going to get some of that Easter candy. Well, maybe I have some even here. So these were the non-chocolate we did. I want chocolate. I want chocolate. Chocolate. Chocolate sold everything. Spaceman. So, you know, I bought candy for the kids for Easter. And I kinda bought a few different sorts. And I didn't give them very much. So now I have lots of candy left. And I usually never eat candy. But when I'm 8 hours streaming, okay, then it's okay, don't you think? So let's copy. So we have the second example here. Now let's paste it. And now I know where to look. Which is kind of... I know that there could have been several. So that's probably why it does that. And this is more general information. Now there's also... Why do I even put those in my mouth when I don't like them? So then we have on the page there. Well, let's look at the hints too. Okay. Let's look at the information. No, that's wrong. So, right, I didn't copy the auto detect bit. We just have the selected one. So let's look at that bit too. Let's scroll up. Chocolate candy. Oh, sorry. You can do exclamation mark right to watch this screen, exclamation mark left for this screen, okay? And please talk. I can hear everything with the TTS, so I don't have to read. I can just relax, hang out. It's just me being tired. So this. Before this one. This is what I want. The notes. So we try to make it detect what it is. Though also we wanted to do it with this word list. I'm conflicted. Yeah, we wanted to use this, so this is a logical one. Did I type my comment in the wrong place? No, it was right. It's there. No. Let me just add this on the top here. So, first we detected that it was one of these. Then we told it to try the first of them. So, I would assume that A is default 0. Is that true? Being the attack mode. I should look into these, I guess. It's making this purple. Oh, it's because it's only numbers. Yeah. So our examples. So we can now minimize examples and minimize help, and we have only common commands. So we can add the last of the ones in the help. We have to scroll on that again. So let me be lazy and actually copy them again here. I just forgot shift. So, okay, word list. And here we have a bit of explanation. So brute force is this one. Oh, I recognize this. I've done this sometime. And that's why I have hashcat here on the hashing cracking brute force, right? Because you can also brute force things. Cars, they're good. But not for the tummy. If I eat too much of this, I'll just feel sick. So now it was mostly to get some more energy. Yeah, right, it mentioned John. We don't have John's help file either. Or help. So if there are several ways to do something, I want both. Or all. Let's do capitals. And oh no, I forgot to click, so I made a new tab in Obsidian instead. Right, yeah, opening new tab. So, John and help, but let's read this. Okay, that's a room, learning room. When I start clicking Ctrl+C instead of Shift Ctrl+C, then it might be time to stop streaming. For your sake, not for mine. So... So, Its homepage? I don't think I've been there. Do anyone say homepage anymore? It's just webpage, right? In the cloud. So this is mostly about installation and building. Because otherwise you have the help, right? Alright. I was looking up that, if I could see that in the notes, and then I totally derailed. Let's do tiny H here. It looks better. And when I did that, it opened up, right? No, the problem is that... Okay. Okay. So it wasn't open. It was just me. This was odd. Alright. Let's continue. I'm finding all the tiny chocolate pieces. Some of them fall on the floor, apparently. So I'm actually not looking for the help. I'm looking for the example output and what it says here. That it finds. Because this is not specifically... It doesn't say SHA-2 256, you know? But if we look in the... It doesn't say SHA-2 256 anywhere. Oh, it's melting in my hands. Will it say here? So if we search in the help here for SHA-2, this is SHA-2 256. So let's actually try this one. See if it works too. So instead of 3,200, let's do 1,400. And if this doesn't work, I guess... What? I read wrong? Before we do this, let's say that I didn't read wrong, because it's... No, okay. So, this is the wrong line. So I'm just too tired. Let's continue here. Oh, we have more questions. Usually it's like nothing really fun in the last bit. So Yeah, you're welcome to join my Discord. We can talk and fun when I'm not streaming. You can help me with stuff. So, hashing can be used to check that files haven't been changed. If you put the same data in, you will get the same data out. Even if a single bit changes, the hash will change a lot. This means you can use it to check that files haven't been modified or to make sure that they have downloaded correctly. You can also use hashing to find duplicate files. If two pictures have the same hash, they are the same picture. Well, probably. HMACs is a method of using a cryptographic hashing function to verify the authenticity and integrity of data. The TreeHackMe VPN uses okay, so should I say HMAC SHA-512 for message authentication, which you can see in the terminal output. Okay, let's go there. A HMAC can be used to ensure that the person who created the HMAC, so they say they are authenticity, and that a message hasn't been modified or corrupted integrity. They use a secret key and a hashing algorithm in order to produce a hash. Okay, so maybe they mean the actual key, which I'm not going to show. Taking the opportunity to look. SHA-512, HMAC SHA-512. And this is what I see all over the place. So I guess that is for authenticity. Or it's changed. Well, I took one of these by mistake. This is sweet. They're called jelly raspberries, and they're just so sweet. At least I didn't buy any Easter eggs, tiny ones. They're even sweeter. I'm going with the chocolate with rice in. More balanced sweetness. Rice puffs. So this was just me not reading. Alright, so what is the SHA-1SUM? Yeah, I read that. This was kind of click. And SHA-1SUM. What will it open it in? Oh, that is annoying. Hmm. Is there one that's text? Is this one text? Yeah. Because the number 4 is... Okay, okay. So let's just... We could open Notepad and open it there too. Or rename the file. That would have been quicker if I had been more awake. So let's just... Maybe I can zoom in this, because it's kind of tiny, you know. I don't think there's a size. Or I can just try to read this, but I want you to see everything too. They're actually not repeating. So that would be kind of the same, right? What is Explorer preview? Oh, that's cool. I like Total Commander. But I want bigger font. And this is anti-ANSI, not size. I don't think it has it. So let's stop being stupid and actually rename the file instead. Oh, I'm clicking desktop and documents when I'm aiming for so aiming for just renaming a file to .txt. So now we have it bigger. Which file was it? ISO 2019-4. AMD 64, of course. Well, I'm saying of course. There's a reason for that to be of course. I'm eating one of these again. I should just throw it away and remove this bag, so I don't eat anything by mistake. Didn't I copy this already? So what was the hint? Okay. What's the hashcat mode number? Okay. Let's guess that this is the exact string. And let's close this. And let's Control F. There, it's 1750. There. So let's go to the next room. And we have, I was thinking of doing this with John too. Trying John on this. But we have John as the next room, so let's just go. Go do it. So, start machines and answer
Will
questions.
Pierce says.
As for Hashcat defaults, in 625, line it sets to attack mode equals attack mode straight, so yes, in this version attack mode default happened to be set to 0. Web link.
Okay, thank you. It worked. To click the link. But as always, they may change. Yeah, they may change. So. Oh, nice. I didn't know you could do links with line numbers. Thank you for the knowledge. Well, that's a good... Thank you for digging. Thank you for digging for me. It also says auto-detect false.
Yes, that is under 3 dots next to the line noon. Permalink.
Okay, so you click here. I've never thought of linking a line from GitHub. Now I know that it's possible, and it's a new option for the future. I think Blame is such a great name. Nice. Yeah, let's user options default. But I'm thinking maybe I should have like the Hashcat in the link there to this too, right? And that's the same, right? So let's add it to our Hashcat notes. We can have that at the top. I usually like add the link. Now we don't have to use this to get it because it's already pre-installed, but oh, I don't know what I clicked by mistake there, but it hopped down as I intended, so maybe I've pressed the right key. So we can close this one and let's open the John one. We just added the help here, and then I had some old things. All right, the rules, I remember this. Oh yeah, because I was thinking when I've been using it, there was more you could do, but I don't remember. There was a conf file. So let's go back to the page.